All right, everyone. Welcome to Out and About, and welcome back for another week of fun, non-confrontational podcasting with myself and Kelly. It was quite the episode last week. If you didn't watch it, I suggest you go watch it because it made some waves here in the office. Dave made a video. I mean, everyone was going nuts. It turned into this thing where it was just like a work-off. Who's working harder?
Yeah, yeah.
Who's working harder than who, and how dare you call me? It was like this. Everything that we didn't want it to be, but it turned out to be great because it crushed.
It always ends up being good content, but it does it does take a toll. It takes a toll. And then once people are done ringing that bell, then it's totally fine. I think like now it's settled down. We're good. Like
it's once a quarter.
Once a quarter. No, we get back from vacation. You got to stir shit up. Roan did just that. We all answered the call, and now now we're all looking at each other sideways for a couple of weeks. But ultimately, I think that we had good combos, and later in the show, we just actually wrapped up a conversation with head of social himself, Gaz, Paul Glazinski, and we're excited to for you guys to hear that. But that's the second half.
And I scammed an extra day in Nantucket.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, oh, you invite me out on a Saturday?
You're like, oh, I have to go to a hotel. That was great. That was
let me fly out on a Saturday morning, go hang out with you, who's arguably one of the greatest drinkers I've ever met.
Yes. For
15 hours after a flight and a trip to LaGuardia.
Yes.
I will be in the loft at Casa de Gaz for 2 nights and 3 days. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah, as you should be.
And if you're homosexual in Nantucket, come find me.
Please do this upcoming weekend.
Yeah. I don't know if I should go. I don't know if I want to go though.
I think you should go. I think it'd be really fun. I think it's good for the relationship. I think it's good for the pod. it's good for networking.
Good for the relationship. Do I have to repair a relationship with Gaz?
No, your relationship with Gaz is great. I think you just need to keep it. And I also think, what if you run into Dave?
What if I run into
What if you run it? That would be amazing.
Do you think I could take a dip at Uncle D's house?
Perhaps you stop by. Perhaps Gaz has to stop by and pick up a couple things. Maybe you get a little FaceTime Miss Peaches. You never know. It's good for the pod.
I love Peachy.
Oh, she's such a sweetie baby.
She doesn't swim,
and
right?
Pete too.
Pete's
no, I've never seen her swim. No, that's a lie. We've
wades.
seen her in the water, but I've never
wades.
seen her like doggy paddle. I don't know if she can swim. I mean, all dogs I think can, but it's whether they're comfortable. But yeah, Peaches and Pete, Cam, our girl, love her.
Yeah.
Everybody's up there having a good time.
I just don't know. I've been to Nantucket in so long. I'm a vineyard.
I've never been to Nantucket ever.
Do you want to come this weekend?
I'm busy. I'm going to the Berkshires.
Cool. I'll
remember?
Just go fuck myself.
Which I am. Well, I will be close. And again, if we end up having to go to Chicago, Pat and I might have to take a trip out to Chicagoland.
Yes.
If our World Cup team wins, we're doing a thing with DraftKings as a company, and we're on a team rooting for England. And so if England wins, I guess this comes out Wednesday. So tonight, beating Argentina, then we have to go do a little stream in Chicago, it sounds like. But if not, maybe I'll hop, skip, and a jump from the Berkshires over for one extra Sunday night in Nantucket.
Imagine.
Wouldn't that be something?
Chicago. We want England to win.
Yeah.
Because we want to go out to there that's a fun way to spend time. I've been very, and let me back that up. I've been very into the World Cup. I love the World Cup, but
it's all good.
I'm not into fucking JFK the airport is the only thing.
Right. Traveling for something like that is always kind of like a ugh, but you do what you got to do.
But it's like if we have to go out there and I find out, then do I just fucking spend an entire weekend in Chicago? But then it's like, what do I do? I just want to be on a boat by the water. That's it.
And I think that Nantucket's your best bet for that.
But then if I can't do Nantucket if I have to go to
Chicago
on
Sunday morning. You leave Sunday morning. That's what I'm doing. If we have to go, I'm leaving Sunday morning.
You can fly from Nantucket to Chicago?
Probably through Boston.
Now we're cooking because
so
I have to wait to book because then I would only have to buy a
Well, we don't know if we've won yet. That's what we don't want to jinx England. But
we don't want to jinx England.
But yes, we will both be coming off of weekends away, as will everybody. I think
I might take a fucking full week
in Chicago.
Just a week.
Just another week off.
Yeah.
And again, as you should. Let's take as many vacations as we can. Let's see how many vacations we can take before people get pissed.
I'm going to vacay max.
Yeah. We should be vacay max.
I'm going to leisure mug everyone at this
I'm going to go back
office.
to Europe. And you'll never hear from me again.
I would, God willing, I would love if you did another 10 days in Europe.
I would love it.
But
I'll go next
week. Don't even bring your phone. Leave it here.
No. People will be like, where is she? And then I'll do another photo dump from fucking from Egypt or something. Like,
are
Patty
you out
LaPone.
of money yet? I feel like you're in Europe for so fucking long.
Well, the thing that I think people forget about Europe, especially where I was in Greece, and a lot of the places in Greece, it's very inexpensive in Greece, and they are all very willing to keep promoting tourism. They love the tourists because it's like it helps their economy. Something I learned about when I was in Greece, when I was in Santorini specifically, they didn't have electricity until 1963.
I'm sorry?
Yes. Like that's how behind some of these places are in terms of like, because they're just hard to get to. Like it's really hard to get to these places. Yeah. It's hard to scale a fucking mountain and install electricity. They've got a countrywide plumbing problem. You can't flush toilet paper. Like it's
in Greece.
nuts.
They're like, if you take a shit, throw your toilet paper in the fucking thing.
It's my least favorite
Well, listen,
part.
This is why we're the greatest country in the world.
Yeah,
I mean, we have plumbing, we have electricity, we have high-speed internet
we
everywhere
can just
we go.
do everything in excess like the fat fucking pigs we all are. And that's...
It is nice, though, when you come back to that sweet
easy.
American air. And you're like,
so easy.
Oh, you're in LaGuardia, and like LaGuardia is using like 10 times the gigawatts that the entire country of Greece is using.
I was so pissed getting on my flight from Athens to come back because it was like all Americans coming back, obviously going to JFK. And after being with Greek people for so long, like you kind of get used to that. It's a totally different. No, be nice.
I'm just
it's
kidding.
A totally different like way of life. But I think that like it you know, I obviously I do love America. I like Americans. Everything is so much easier and louder and more obnoxious and just like I don't care about the people around me.
Yes.
Versus other places, it's like everyone's very considerate of each other, and that's kind of nice for someone like me who's always. I feel like I'm wound up so tight being considerate of other people because I just don't want to be I don't want to come across as like an asshole.
Yes.
That once you're here, it's like it's kind of in my blood to be an asshole.
That's kind of you said considerate. That's been on my mind a lot lately.
Oh yeah. Being
like inconsiderate versus because I'm like trying to like date a little more.
Yeah.
And I'm like. Is everyone inconsiderate?
Yeah.
Like people are
by the way, yes.
People are inconsiderate with time, they're inconsiderate with feelings, they're inconsiderate with fucking everything.
Well,
I need a
people
man
think they're
who's
entitled to that. They think that they're like, "Oh, I can be like I'm important too, so I can be late to this date." But it's like how many fucking times you can be late before you realize it's a you problem and you should just probably figure out your time management skills, you know? I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of being like I'm allowed to feel how I feel when you're not always allowed to feel 100% of what you're feeling because it's inconsiderate to other people. Right. If you're comfortable being selfish, then that's fine. Yeah. But if not, then that's where the problem lies.
100%. Did you see that video? This is actually a great segue in. We're talking about Greece and traveling and stuff. Did you see the video of the gays on the Atlantis Cruise? So, yes,
I did.
Little context: the Atlantis Cruise is a big gay fuck fest. That's what it is.
The gays love a cruise.
We love a cruise. It's just it's what it is. It's party central. Whatever.
Not just gay men either. For those of us who've watched Hacks, one of the best shows of all time, nominated for like the most Emmys ever. Deborah Vance is the character that Jean Smart plays. Is a fan favorite on the lesbian cruises.
Yes, absolutely. Jessie Kirsten, who's been on this show, has done like the gay and lesbian cruises. She fucking loves them.
Yeah.
But the long and short of it is the Atlantis Cruise, which is the gayest of the gay, tried to go to Turkey and then to Egypt.
Yeah.
And they were turned away at port.
Denied.
They said it was they were morally obligated to not allow them in. So
it's so crazy.
Do you want to watch this video and then react to it?
Yes. Let's.
All right. So we're going to watch this video right now. This is of a passenger, a news story, and then a passenger who was on the Atlantis Cruise and they were denied entry to Turkey. Why they would go to fucking Turkey is beyond me.
Exactly. And you've got boots on the ground experience in Turkey.
God.
So
I would go to Turkey, gay or straight. All right, here we go. Here's the video.
For the second time this week, a gay cruise in the Mediterranean was denied entry. The Turkish government banned travelers from docking because of, quote, moral standards. At least 1,000 Americans are on board, including passengers from South Florida.
Thomas Barker is from Miami. The 10-day trip was a gift to him from his husband.
And so
now she's in an open relationship. Not that there's anything on. Hon, let's go to Atlantis.
Let's head to Atlantis together. Okay.
I'm also morally opposed
to turn these people away.
There are thousands of men who come to the ship to celebrate and to feel free to be who we are without any fear.
Pause. Without any fear of homophobia, why are you going to Egypt and fucking Turkey?
Well, right. That's I think the question is like, do they overestimate how accepting these places are? Because I feel like it's universally known. And to be honest, Greece is kind of, Greece is on the cusp.
Why would you not go to Greece?
People are, or why would you honestly? Like there's 50-50. It depends on where you are. But yeah.
All right, here we go.
Other parts of the world are not so accepting.
Homophobia or to be able to be ourselves in a public space.
But that freedom of expression was challenged when the ship tried docking in Turkey. The government unexpectedly denied the ship entry because of what they call moral standards. Authorities posted this online. Translated in English, it says, a cruise ship chartered by a group known for behavior that does not align with the values and moral standards of our society and that had generated significant concern among...
First of all, preach. It does. First of all, preach. You are on the nose, Turkish government. Here's the rest.
You clock their tea. You clock their tea quick.
Various segments of the public has been canceled. It is absolutely out of the question that this group will come to our province for such an event.
I mean, I think what's really disappointing is that we spend a lot of our times as gay people really trying to find safe spaces. And going on this cruise is about as safe as it's supposed to get, right? And we were excited to go to new places and potentially experience that safe space and place.
That's the entire point.
But that's the thing. Then why are you making stops in Turkey and Egypt? Like I'm not saying that it's correct, but if you know that and you're still trying to go, especially as like a huge group of all the gays in the world on one cruise, and you're showing up to like flood the streets with your gay, like they're not going to like that. Like,
also, the Atlantis Cruise is not a teachable moment for the general public of fucking Egypt and Turkey. Like not a teachable moment.
No.
Enjoy your vacation. Go hang out. Go somewhere tropical. Go have fun.
Totally.
If you're going on vacation to teach the masses of a Middle Eastern country about homosexuality, then doesn't sound like much vacation to me.
Yeah.
Here's the rest of the clip.
Yeah.
It's like Turkey and in Egypt, where it is obviously very difficult to be a gay person in those countries.
The cruise was then rerouted to Egypt, but at the last minute, the port was also canceled without any explanation.
We thought that it would be a great opportunity for those people in those countries to also experience what it's like outside of in the rest of the world, where people can be free and be celebrated for who they are.
In a statement, Atlantis Events said in part, they hope this is an isolated incident and to return in the future. They also hope Egypt and Turkey will welcome all guests without conditions or prejudice.
The magic.
Sort of taking a bit of the magic away, if I can explain it in that way.
Yeah, the high was poppers and everyone
right.
It's just
again,
so crazy to me. It's so crazy.
Why are you trying to harsh your own buzz by doing that? Like you said, it doesn't really sound like a vacation if you're trying to teach a lesson. Well, someone did speak out about this, and it was in fact Patti LuPone.
She's the Tony Grammy Award winning actress. Okay.
Patti LuPone.
That looks like me.
It does, by the way. Are you? Wow.
That's like
You're
really
Patti LuPone. Wow.
offensive.
Breaking news. Pat is actually Patti LuPone. Happy to be sharing a podcast with Patti LuPone, icon of our time. She also stars in Agatha All Along, the miniseries.
That's the most
spin-off.
you name for Agatha.
No, it's so
All
good,
Along.
Pat. Do you watch like WandaVision, Marvel? Are you like involved in any of that? Are you a Marvel queen? You should get involved. I think you would like that.
Yeah.
Marvel did a limited series called WandaVision starring Elizabeth Olsen. She plays Wanda. And then from that series, Kathryn Hahn, icon of all time, plays a witch villain named Agatha, and they did another spin-off of that, and it included Patti LuPone, Aubrey Plaza, all the typical witches, which we love. Very funny. So Patti LuPone had this to say. She goes, "I am shocked. The Atlantis Cruise I am performing on next week has been banned from entering Turkey. A magnificent ship full of gay men and me. Denied entry to Turkey simply because of who is on board. I am furious, but I am sailing, as the ship will make other ports of call. I am ready to perform for all of the wonderful men on this Atlantis cruise who deserve so much better than this."
The drama.
The drama. But what else is Patti going to say? Of course she's got to make a statement. She's on this boat with all these men, and she's got to say, listen, they're not letting me or these men in here.
The check
and
probably
this is
hasn't
fucked
cleared
up.
yet. She's got to do 20 minutes on stage to get that $100,000 fucking check.
She's got to make sure.
It's just
but that statement came out when they were denied from Turkey, before they were again denied from Egypt. I think that she maybe said another thing like, unbelievable. Like, I can't believe, Patti.
It was a big news story. I think
it was huge. Yeah.
The overall, the truth about it is it's gross. Like the Atlantis Cruise is gross. Like,
sorry. I thought you meant the homophobia.
No,
I was like,
no. Okay, let me say
gross.
this: the homophobia is disgusting.
Of
but
course.
the general consensus with the Atlantis Cruise, and this might not make some people happy, is that it's like this gross fuckfest. I still want to go. Obviously, I would love to go on an Atlantis Cruise. It sounds
Do you think
like
that
a
they'll
blast.
send you for free now?
I would.
You called
Atlantis
it
Cruise.
a gross fuckfest.
If you are, it's hot. But it is what it is. It's it's a big, essentially, sex party at sea. I'm sure there are different factions of that. I'm sure there's a wholesome experience.
Sure. And can I sign up as well?
You can absolutely sign up. So it's not surprising that if a country with deep-rooted homophobia catches wind that this cruise is coming around, that they won't let them in. I'm not saying it's right.
No, of course not.
I'm not saying they should do it. I'm saying don't act surprised if you're going to fucking Egypt on a gay cruise.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you in. And also don't try, like, enjoy your vacation. Don't try and teach people.
Mm-hmm.
That we want to teach them that this is what it's. Shut up. Enjoy your vacation.
Just
That's
have
it.
fun. Have fun on your cruise, your fuckfest
Right.
cruise. Like you're right. Like it is.
Stay at sea.
It's a shame. It's a total shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they can't see these beautiful countries, which I'm sure they are beautiful despite the homophobia raging.
But you know what?
rampant
They're not.
homophobia. But
I went to
you didn't like Turkey. I don't know how I would feel about Turkey. Egypt is top of my list. I am like I want that to be my next trip. But I'm not even kidding.
They have some
like
nice hotels in Egypt.
they do, and I'm just really, really interested in the pyramids. I don't necessarily want to go inside. I think I'd feel a little bit of claustrophobia. I've seen those videos.
You want to levitate over a pier?
Well, it calls to me. It calls
Yeah.
to me. I think that's my, Greece already feels like homeland, and that's kind of close. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's something about Egypt. I got to go. I got to see those pyramids with my own eyeballs. I got to see what the
I don't
fuck
know
is
if I
going
have
on there.
an interest in like. For me, when
Should
I
we
see
go
a
to Egypt, you
site,
and I?
I would love to.
I
When
actually
I
would
see a
really
site
love
like
that
that,
too.
it's like, okay, I see it, I'm done.
You're over it, yeah.
I really have learned what I need. Like when I went to Greece, I was in this little island called Igoria, dating someone who didn't like me at the time.
Right.
And we
right.
went there, and
You
it was
replied to my story the other day, by the way. I'll tell you about it in a minute.
yeah, and it was fun. Like we went there,
Of course.
but then we went to Mykonos, and also like not really my scene. But let me tell you,
Yeah.
that it was like seeing like the second coming of Christ, seeing like a mini fridge and like electricity and plumbing at the Soho House in
Mykonos?
I was like,
Yeah.
thank God.
It is
There's a
pretty
room
crazy.
service menu. Like you don't realize what you need on vacation. So
Yeah.
if some people need to educate third world regions on the joys of homosexuality.
Yeah.
I just need electricity and a Gatorade, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to shoulder that burden. Not everybody needs to shoulder that burden, and I don't think the Atlantis Cruise needs to be the ones doing that either.
Right.
I
wanna
do
go,
think,
though.
I think
To
that's
Atlantis
a fuck
Cruise.
fest at sea sounds great.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work with straight people because everybody there'd be so much rape, honestly.
Oh, God.
There'd be so
Oh,
much-
God.
Not to bring it down, but like there would
No,
be.
probably.
People be like, slip drugs and stuff. Like it's not very.
The Atlantis Cruise leaving from Miami or from Florida like a couple months ago, there was a massive drug bust. Some guy just tried to
shit.
walk in with like a kilo of meth
Oh,
and like
come
all
on
this
now.
crazy stuff.
Bring cocaine, not meth.
Right. Oh, he did. The dolls
they
brought
and they got both of his stashes.
pills and powders.
Damn it, that's
Yeah.
that's a shame. That's
He was
a
like
real
some
shame.
LA lawyer.
Well, that just ruins the fun for a lot of other people. So you got to be smarter about smuggling your drugs on the cruise, I guess.
I know. I'm afraid I'm becoming a party queen in my old. I've had like a weird
You're
appetite.
regressing?
No, I've had like a weird appetite to really go out and like rip it
Yeah,
up lately. And I'm
yeah.
like, ew, is this what happens when you're like 36? If I do this now, am I then on the way to doing this like in my 40s, which is not what
No,
I just
but-
want a husband and like a dog.
I think the exact opposite. I think that you have to indulge those like moments because I
Right.
do think that because they're short lived. Like I feel the same. Like I get maybe once a quarter. I'm like I'm itching to go out. I'm
Yeah.
itching to like rip it up. And then after I do that, I'm like, oh my God, that was horrible. Now
Right.
never again. But I feel like the more you let yourself like go through that, the less that you miss it. When it's like,
Got
oh, I've
it.
already been there, done that. Like there's a lot of things that I feel I've already been there, done that. Like Montauk, I'm all set.
Right.
I'm done. I think I'm done with Montauk. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I went last year.
played out.
Absolute garbage. The way that they now have all the bars set up where it's basically bottle service everywhere. If I want a bottle service, I'll stay in the fucking city. Like, I don't
Right.
need to be. I wanted a cool, funky beach town. It's turned into another like pissing contest for who has the most money and the most followers.
hate
It's
that.
the worst. But that's what I'm saying. Like I've done it in its prime, and I love my time there. Now, if I go back, it's almost like it's taking away from it.
Right.
So if I'm going out to the club, I have these itches to go out or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'll go out. And then I'm reminded about how I probably hate it. And
Right.
it's like, it's better to be
Yeah.
reminded.
I think I just want to be around gay people more. Like I
I
had
think
so
that's
much
totally
fun
fair.
over Pride weekend. I was like, you know what? I need to spread my wings a little bit here
Yeah.
and like go out more.
And just make friends.
I need to be like, I just forget how many people I know, and I kind of
Of course.
stopped going out, and I was like, I need to fucking go out. Like what? If I'm
Next time I
having,
hang out with my friends, I would like you to come. My
What-
gays.
say that again?
Next time I hang out with my friends, I would like you to come. I feel like they're kind of all going through a similar,
down.
like they're all hanging out
Yeah.
with, because all the girls are like married with babies now, except for me.
Right?
So it's like
Yeah.
all of my gay guy friends are like out with their guy friends. all
should
the
we
time.
have a kid?
I thought you're already having one with Haley. How many baby mamas are you
true.
gonna have?
Mrs. Dow.
And I don't want a kid.
That's right. That's right. Me and Ms. Dow.
We can
will
get a
have our
dog
child.
that you take care of, and I get to like hang out with.
I do fantasize about having a dog sometimes.
Yeah,
and then
you'd be
I
good at having a
think
dog.
about it, and I'm like,
Yeah, you'd be really good at having a dog. Could I be the aunt to the kid you have with Haley?
of course.
That would be
yeah.
nice. Because I do like babies around me. I just don't need
Yeah.
it all the time. You
No,
know?
I hear you.
People think I'm like this, like a monster. Francis texts me asking what kind of wait, I have to look and see.
Oh God, yeah, we got the.
I have to see exactly what he
we got a late
said.
night Francis text.
Oh yeah.
From,
Well, we're always getting
the fallout. Love Francis. The fallout, or not the response from last week's episode. Francis texted me, "Hey pal," at 9 p.m. on Saturday, and I was like, Francis.
No, it was earlier than that, I thought.
Or it might have been. I
Yeah.
don't know. Whatever. It was on Saturday night. First of all, don't text me, "Hey pal," on a Saturday night unless you have drugs or someone is dead. Like I
Sure.
don't hear it. And I texted him back. I was like, "You don't have to worry. Like you're fine. No one's expecting you to come in." Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah. Because
And
we
then
were calling him out.
Yeah, because we were calling out. And then he didn't respond.
Yeah.
Until midnight. And I guess he had done the same thing to you.
Well, he called me and I didn't see it because
Right.
I'm always a thing about me. I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm on do not disturb. Like I just getting like even just now like your phone vibrating like that would give me anxiety if it were my own phone. You know what I mean? Like that's I have a love-hate relationship with being in contact with people all the time. But no, he had called me. I didn't see it. So the next morning I saw it. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever. And then he similarly was like, oh, I wanted to like joke around with you and Pat about the stuff you were saying last week. But then he said that my skin was looking really good because we talk about skincare. We do.
Yeah.
We talk skincare and fashion. That's me and Francis discuss. He goes, "What magical children's blood did you buy in Greece?" And I was
That's the most.
which is so like, and I would, by the way, if there was an option for magical children's blood that makes me have the youth of children, yeah, I would fucking buy it. But I said no.
so
I said
funny.
it was a diet of tomatoes, cucumbers, and white wine for 10 days, and that's why I look the way I look right now.
You look
People
great
think
last
I got work
episode.
done. Thank you.
Imagine
work
you
done.
go there and get work done.
Apparently it's cheap there. My girls were saying, but no, I don't. I'm too afraid to do anything to my face besides a little bit of Botox in the forehead.
Yeah.
Because it's like then you look like a Frankenstein.
You really do.
Yeah.
You had.
But I care a lot about skincare. I wash my face constantly. I also didn't wear makeup for like 2 weeks, which is
Really?
really
That
nice.
must
Yeah.
have been nice.
It was really nice.
I've never done a skincare routine ever. I've
Oh my god,
only
you've
ever.
got amazing skin.
I
now.
just
I'm
look-
looking at your skin right now, and I'm actually pissed
Thank
that
you.
you're saying
This
you've never done
is-
anything.
All
That's
I do,
fucked up, actually.
All I do is I'm in the shower. Right before I get out, the shower head is here because I'm fucking 6'5".
Right,
So I'll do this, and I'll go, with my hands,
Just water.
and I go, and then that's it. That's all I've done.
That's infuriating. That
36
actually makes
years.
me so pissed. Men are you really get off scot free. Like, did you ever have acne as a kid?
No.
Damn it.
I can
I
count
had
on one
pretty bad
hand
acne.
the amount of times I've had a pimple.
Damn, I still get pimples like all the
Really?
time. Yeah. Well, hormones they flare up when I'm not taking my T shots,
Sure.
etc.
Don't I know it.
Yeah.
What else do we have to discuss before we get to Gaz? Is there anything else we want to go over here? I think Gaz's conversation was great.
It is great. It's a little long, so yeah. If you guys were tuning in from last week and wanting more of that discussion, that's a good insight. And also, I hopefully will tame the beasts.
Yes.
Outside of the pod.
It's all a win because Dave was like, "You guys are doing good." That's
I've never
all
felt
I
better.
care about.
God, I
was
love-
ready to
I
jump
love
off
getting
a
compliment
cliff,
from Dave.
And then the past 2 times I've been like,
No, it's crazy how much it's almost like he's complimenting us like almost too much. Like, oh my god, no, stop. Like
in the
what do
past
you
2 times I've
mean?
been like, I'm
Quit it,
over
I'm
this
nervous.
fucking show. Like, I'm just, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Then I get a text from Dave. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, I guess we'll fucking
Well,
keep going.
today is the day of my contract being up, so I wonder if I hear from. I wonder
this
if I
is
hear
your last show.
Literally, this
You're done.
could be my last show. Today, Tuesday the 14th, is technically the last day of my contract. So if I don't hear from Dave in the coming days, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue.
You're fucked.
Should I come in with a list of demands? I
Please,
can't even joke
God.
about it.
What would your
I can't
demands
even.
even be?
Last year when he texted me, it was like right on the heels of Taylor Watch being
Thermostat
canceled.
control.
And so yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I said maybe I'll work into my contract that I'm not obligated to come in on Fridays. Maybe that'll be my like.
What he
funny
said
joke.
it-
But I wouldn't even joke about it. Like that's like
But
the
he
way
did.
that I need that I like want to be working.
He was
here
like,
is,
Kelly
I won't
King's
even joke.
notoriously not a Friday gal.
Yeah.
It's not like come in. It's like
Yeah.
not a Friday gal.
Yeah, just not a
Yeah.
Friday girl. Which it's sometimes I need to recharge.
I like that you set that precedent.
Yes, and you're welcome to everybody
Also,
else.
I don't want to come in on Friday. Like I was here last Friday,
Well, we
and I
talk about it with
usually am.
Gaz.
But I was like,
We talk
this-
about it with Gaz about
yeah.
the Friday thing and how the landscape has changed. But whatever. It's again, people also think like, did you had a real job before this, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So did I for my whole life. Like
Yeah.
people think that I saw a common conversation happening about us and our response to it, and the Friday of it all being like, clearly these people have never had real jobs and they don't work
Yeah.
in the real world. Babe, yeah, I fucking did. That's why I don't want to come in on Friday.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
Also,
5 days a
that's the
week,
point
9 to
of-
5, below. I'm
that's
sorry,
the
9
point
to
of
7.
working here.
New York City was 9 to 7. Like it's
Yes.
like there was 9 to 5 is a 5 o'clock would be lovely to leave. Like the way that I was coming home at 7:30, 8 o'clock every fucking night. for a decade before I got this,
Yep.
before I was full time at this place. No wonder I'm fighting tooth and nail for it to be like a light suggestion to come in on a Friday in the summer. God for
That's
fucking
the
bid.
point of
God for
Barstool.
fucking bid.
The entire point of Barstool
Yes.
is you're not a fucking 9 to 5 cube monkey.
Exactly.
That's the entire
That's
fucking
the perk.
point.
That's the whole reason. Anyway, but no, last year when my contract was up again, it was right after David canceled Taylor Watch. Like he canceled it like a month before, and I was like, okay, well now I'm also getting fired. That's my one at the time,
Right.
especially. It was like my one thing, and I was like, he's canceled every show I've tried, and he hates my guts, and this is happening and whatever. And he had texted me and was like, same everything, one more year, and by the way, you can bring Taylor Watch back, but no pictures or like only podcast clips. And like
Yeah.
that's all I heard from him. And I was like, thank you so much. I was literally about to beg. Like I was like supposed to beg for it back and like please
Yeah.
beg to stay. Like I was really like so stressed, being like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to literally
Imagine if he
beg to
cuts
stay.
you. He comes on us and then
No,
he
I'd be
cuts
so
you.
pissed. I'd be so
he
pissed.
cuts both of us.
He says you guys are too big for the
He
network.
goes, I think you guys got to take this on your own.
Yeah, right. And
go-
listen, best of luck.
Yeah. Best of luck
Yeah.
with Obamacare.
Yeah, right. Cobra,
Yeah.
forgetting.
Which I had, which was actually great. I had
Cobra's
that.
actually really nice, yeah.
Yeah.
When you get fired from somewhere, and again, I've been fired.
Which
like,
I
I've been
will,
unemployed.
yeah, and I have been, of course.
Which is the worst. Like that's I think too why like people joke around or maybe I'm personally very sensitive to the conversations of like fire them, fire the office, get rid of everybody, whatever. Because being fired from a job is like the worst thing that could happen to you. Like
You feel like you're not worthy.
you feel like you're not worthy, and you're collecting unemployment. You feel like you're sucking the teat
Right.
of the government off of other people's dime. Like you don't feel good
Right.
being unemployed, and being fired and calling for people to be fired to me is just so below the belt that it
Yeah.
makes me feel sick still. Like I've just experienced it in a way where I'm like, I don't want to ever be in that position again. So when people joke and say it tongue in cheek, fire them, fire this, whatever, fire the whole office, like all I think about is 100 people in this
Yeah.
office being fired, and how
Right.
how much that fucks with you as your life and,
Totally.
and everything. It's just people have kids and wives and husbands and stuff. It's like it's not funny to me. So I don't like that line of
don't like it
line
at
of
all.
joking. So maybe I'm sensitive to it. Sorry.
No, you
but
can
I
be
am.
sensitive to it. You can totally be sensitive to it.
Yeah.
Gaz was in. He had a great conversation with us about
Yeah,
everything.
really good combo. Stick it out.
So we're gonna play that right now. But first, a brief word from our sponsors. Let's face it, after a night with drinks, I don't bounce back the next day like I used to. I have a choice to make. I can either have a great night out or a great next day. This is true for everyone, especially men and women in their 30s.
Yes.
Which is why I was so stressed out, but I'm not anymore because I found pre-alcohol. ZBiotics pre-alcohol prebiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic, it was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's the buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol uses an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly and you'll feel your best tomorrow. July is packed with barbecues, fireworks, late weekends, and late nights with friends. Keep the good times rolling the next day. Drink pre-alcohol before you go out and wake up ready for whatever Sunday brings. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/out and use the code OUT at checkout for 15% off. I truly stand by this product. It changed the way I drink and it changed how my nights out are.
The next bestie we're going to hear from is Wayfair, and shout out to Wayfair because I am moving soon. I've been talking about it sparingly, but yes, I do need to enlist the help of Wayfair, and they are always here for us. And now I will be shopping with Wayfair Verified, your shortcut to the good stuff. Their team of product specialists vets everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like quality of materials, functionality, and features, and even how long it takes to build. That is huge. If you don't know where to start, Wayfair has it all. Seating, grills, appliances, storage, lighting, rugs, decor, one place, everything you need, no bouncing between stores. Huge again. And if putting it together sounds like a headache, then they can handle delivery, installation, and assembly. You just pick what you want and they deal with the rest. With over 20 million 5-star reviews, you are not buying blind. See real customers, real homes, real feedback before anything hits your cart. If you are ready to upgrade your home for way less, head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home and get your space ready for less. That's Wayfair, WAYFAIR.com.
All right, we are joined by a special guest who has flown in from Nantucket to be with us today. It is Paul Glazinski, the head of social media here at Barstool Sports, who has insisted that he join us on the show. I didn't want Paul on, but Paul is here. And before we get to you, I want to say this. We have lost the plot on what this entire argument is about. And there is no army, there is no cult, there is no terrorist organization that circles the wagons more than the social team at Barstool Sports.
Facts.
If you breathe their name. And it's all headed up by this fucking idiot right here. So let us have it, guys.
He's created a team of monsters in the best way. They're really good at their jobs, but that was I don't think ever really in question. There was a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek conversation and a little bit of a hey ho, and then now it's like we have to bow down to the social team for the rest of our lives, and it's like if we don't get on our knees and grovel to these people, then all of a sudden we're pieces of shit. So what do you have to say for that?
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming. That's it. We'll be on. That's the show.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Ugly shirt, by the way. Ugly shirt.
I love this. Personally, I love the shirt.
Happy birthday, Nadu, man. That guy, he
his
really.
Birthday, is he 100?
I would say that we should go to Nadu's birthday party.
No, I'm not.
I was going to
go,
but I'm going to be back on Nantucket as soon as this thing ends.
As you should be.
Absolutely.
But no, this got me off the island. Yeah, I mean, it was the irony of me like tweeting at everything from Nantucket was not lost on me at all, and on my bicycle riding around, which has been
it's hilarious.
Listen, you've done your time, guy. You're allowed to ride your bicycle with your shirt off around Nantucket.
That's
you're
our
allowed
entire
to do
point.
that.
Everyone should be allowed to do what they want to do.
Yeah, no, that's true. I still do get anxiety. Honestly, when that stuff happens, like part of it is why I wanted to be back this week, because you hear, no one's in the office. I chose to be back in New York. Like I was living in Miami. Like no one told me to move to Miami. Dave never told me not that I couldn't. He never said, "Hey, you got to be back in the office. You should be back in the office." He's never like go to Chicago or anything. He's always been like, "Do what you want to do." I felt like I owed it when he bought the company back to be back in Chicago. I'm back in New York. Yeah,
Freudian slip.
Oh no!
Wow! And now we see where his true loyalties lie.
Gaz comes in, he announces the closure of the office.
It'd be so insane. No, and that is we notice that you're here, and we do appreciate that you're here. As lost in the sauce as this whole thing has been, we love that you're here. We're happy to have a someone who appears to be a leader in the room.
I mean, I love that Roan did what he did. I know a lot of people didn't like it, do like it, whatever. And we don't have to rehash all of that. I like that he kind of is trying to lead and be in the mix with it.
Totally.
I do too. I think it's great.
So I think that's good.
Agreed.
And how the social team plays into it. Like we can talk about that. We can talk. I don't know which way you guys want to talk about it, but I want to be in New York. I don't see Roan wants to be in Chicago. I don't want to be in Chicago. I know. I think that if you're a content creator here, there was some talk about content interns, right?
Yeah.
And I've led that a lot of the times where I go in with my team and try to find people that I think would make sense. That's how we got Annika and Ella and all that group in there. And then we just did it again this summer with 3 new girls that are out there.
Love them, by the way.
I think with that, and why aren't they in New York? They could be in New York. Like when I talked to them this summer, I was like, where do you guys want to be? I do think to be successful, or I don't say only to be successful, I think you have a better chance of being successful in Chicago at this point.
Starting out.
Right
I agree.
So if I were to choose, do I want to be next
to
Dan, or do I want to be here, and who knows what's gonna kind of
be next to Meek here?
Huh?
But next to me?
Yeah.
But there's people that could be successful in New York or whatever. I think Ella's talked about wanting to come to New York and be here.
Oh my God, she would tear
I would
this
love.
city.
So that
it.
becomes like their choice. We wouldn't direct them one way or the other. Like Dave always has been like, where do you guys? And now Dan has to sign off on it.
Sure.
Because he's the boss out there.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So that's kind of like the content interest. Like I don't know necessarily throwing new blood here is gonna fix the issue. Maybe I don't know, unless it was someone that's a superstar. But
yeah,
I don't know if that's
I don't totally disagree with that. Yeah. I think the mindset of it being, again, we were talking about it a little bit, the pressure cooker of it all, and the chaos and the unpredictable moments. That definitely happens more there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder.
But I don't think Chicago is this beaking of I think Dan grinds his balls off out there, and thank God for pardon my take.
Right.
Everyone should be metaphorically, not suck his dick.
Sure.
Pat. But really,
clarification.
Very important. And you did actually receive a text from him requesting exactly that last week.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Just
Yeah, and I think he's dealing with a lot out there in Chicago that will be discussed. That we have a meeting with Dan tomorrow, actually, just going over how productive Chicago is. He cares a lot about that. He gets. I think he gets frustrated with some people out there not carrying their weight and not doing a lot, and he's out here promoting and on 50,000 shows. And
for sure,
one thing that you can control, I think, as a content creator here that doesn't need a social person or whatever is how much output you put out, whether it's on the blog or on your own personal social.
Right.
You can control that. And so when he sees people just not promoting their shows and they just go do their thing for an hour and then walk away from it, I think
that's
that
got to be
drives them
frustrating.
nuts.
Do you think that's a problem? That's is that a top of mind problem for people in Chicago?
I think that could be across the board here. There's
Yeah.
huge people here that don't promote as well, and they don't need to, right? Like they already have a successful thing, and everyone does their thing. Dave's never put quotas in people's face and been like, "You have to blog this many times." We started to do
Remember
that
the
with
pen
Erica.
quota?
Yeah, the
Oh, I
quotas.
loved it.
I didn't like the
Yeah,
quota.
you didn't like that, but it was like
I liked it, but then I hated it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like it
that
kinda
came
felt
from a place
soul-sucking.
of like Dave was kind of on his way, I would say, out at that point, and Erica is getting her ass chewed out by Penn.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you guys doing more? We're paying all these people here. We're kind of going around. It's sort of like we're going fast here, but like Dave, the book part of things and how it ties into what I'm going to say about like Erica and that kind of thing is like, if Dave never bought the company back and that never happened, like I don't know if necessarily I'm here. I don't know if like, y'all are here.
I don't think we are.
Like Dan would be
at
here.
all.
Like I think the biggest thing that came out of having telling that story, and I'm glad Dave did tell that story, and it's more internal, is just like without him buying the company back there, and like he didn't need to. He could go
Right.
off. He was ready
For
to go off into the
sure.
sunset.
Oh, yeah.
Of course,
And
sure.
do it, and he
and
chose to get
we're
back
aware
in.
of that. I
Yeah.
think that there are a lot of maybe.
I think we would have
you
been
know,
fired though. I think
you're right.
A large percentage of us would have been
Yes.
gone.
Oh,
Yes.
once they did the quotas, I remember people getting a quota for 10 blogs
Right.
a month.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And
We said it was 10
bitching
a day.
about. I was
No,
like, how are
that's
you not
crazy.
hitting?
But it was a way
10
to
fucking blogs
I
a
think
month.
it was a way
crazy.
to justify to Penn.
Yeah.
Right.
These guys are doing something.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because
And it was also
Yeah.
like, hey, you guys have to do
and
something.
Yes, of
Dave's
course.
not that guy. He's
Right.
never been like, you have to do this, you have to do that. I think we throw darts at the board. We bring in people that are weird, interesting, or whatever,
Right.
and some of them take off. You have the Alex Coopers and the Brianna Chicken Fries and Rhea and Fran who are interns here, and then you have some people that just kind of like hang out and they're in the mix. There are people that just drive heat that are like a Mincy. Like he
Right.
may not be looked at
For
as working out,
sure,
but
yeah.
the heat around him when he does something gives people to play off of it. So
Totally.
I think the best thing I'd say to like the content side is like, can you create heat? And if you're not being a huge personality and having a huge podcast or a huge video show, like, can you give something where people can bounce off of it? And like with you guys, of what you guys have done here, me and Dave have talked about it. It's like you guys have found a thing that I think you guys bounce off of well.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
like with you, Keegs, like I think, and I don't take this the wrong way, I think you should be way bigger.
Listen.
And-
I've been saying.
Oh,
I've been
Jesus.
saying for a decade.
Here comes, she's not going to be able
Well,
to
but
walk out the
I've
door.
said
Her
though-
head will be
Suck
so
her
bad.
off.
I've said
before
though
I go-
Yeah, right?
I'm a slow burn kind of person. I think my like dryness
Yeah.
turns people off, but I think that also works in my favor
Because that doesn't
because
come
people
across
hate
on the internet.
No,
People
it doesn't.
can't understand
But people
dryness on the
hate.
internet.
People want to hate on it, so it's like that. I am at this point a lightning rod
I
for
think
hate.
you're a lane of like how you.
am.
Dave said you're like awesome when you get fired up and you start firing
Thank you,
things or
Dave.
whatever. And you obviously talk about Taylor Swift, which is one of the most biggest things
Yeah.
that you could have on the internet. I just think of like you as like when something happens with Taylor Swift, if you picked up the cell phone and just ranted about it, you get millions and millions and millions and millions of views, more so than maybe going in and doing a long form thing
Sure,
that you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
produce and you have to do all this. We're seeing that with Nicky Smokes. He did 40 million views last month.
On what?
Oh, when he was in Mexico.
Doing like just covering like World Cup. He's doing
Yeah.
like Jack Mac, KFC style
Sure, yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that stuff works.
Yeah.
And whether Dave at the end of the year is like, oh, Nicky Smokes is crushing. I mean, he called him out in that video.
He did
He
say
said
he had a
you
good
great
month.
month. So
Yeah, yeah.
he's noticing
I like Nikki
that type of
in
stuff. but-
content. I think he also is like that, where he like he elicits a response, whatever
Right,
that
and that's what
response
we want.
is whatever it is. But
Right.
that's a
That's
good
the game. Let's
Yeah.
let's fucking write elicits a
Yeah,
response.
elicit
Well,
exactly.
responses.
Like I was
Yeah.
watching the Vince McMahon documentary, and he talks
That
about
was
heat.
great.
He talks about heat.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
like movie, like just positive, negative. Like he would do
Yeah.
things that would get canceled, whatever. But he's
Totally.
like, people were talking. Now I don't think necessarily people here always want people talking. Like I think.
Well, so
No,
that's
they
can I ask you?
don't.
That's honestly my next question is not only I think your point is correct. There are certain things that people don't want discussed online, perhaps, but the conversation I think that it turned into against the social team is they were kind of saying like people are asking not to be filmed in certain scenarios.
I don't know who is doing
We
that.
really have been asking everybody, and we're not sure, and nobody will name names. So that's it. We got to put it to bed because nobody will name names, which is annoying. But I think that that's unacceptable. I think you can't. If you're gonna have a conversation that can't be recorded, then you have to go somewhere else. Like you have to be whatever. But I did notice that something they said is like we rope them into our drama, and they don't like that either. They don't want to catch heat. They don't want to do whatever. But I would say that at Barstool, like, especially if you're social, like kind of everything's fair game. Like I don't think that that's a fair thing to say if you are also a Geppetto pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Yeah, you
like
can't
I'm
hide
talking
from it if you're gonna be involved in
and
it.
again, we're not going to sit here and like target them, but we never give them heat. And then anytime we even whisper
I've never
about
seen
them,
the wagon circle.
No.
That was insane.
It was everybody on earth. Even Dante's in the
I was
mix.
like,
It's
oh,
like, yes, we know they work hard. Of course they work hard. But
I was
it's
like, oh, that was a good show. And then I look online, there's 1,000 Viva clips.
So what do you think
I think
about
there's two
that?
different things
Like
to unpack
that,
in
like
that.
defense
Right.
of
Well,
like
when I
don't bring
think
us
of,
in your
like,
shit. We don't want hate.
I do think that there are times where you go to film and it's like, we don't want this filmed. But that's not a blanket. Oh, we should just stop filming, right? Like there are times where you're
I
like,
totally
hey,
agree.
this can't go out. Like you did it by accident in that clip. Where you're like, I don't even think this is the thing.
Yeah.
You
No,
just
but I
say
thought
it.
that was a joke. Oh, yeah.
It was. I was
it
like,
was a
not
joke.
serious
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, but exactly. But and it went out, and you've never care. Like you are, Pat does not give a
Give
fuck
me the
what's out there.
give me the chaos. I don't give a fuck.
But
Bring
there's
anything
a lot
out.
of
pretty much
times
like
where
that
you
too.
get,
Unless I'm saying shit, I'm not. That's like
yeah,
personal
I mean,
stuff.
I think the beginning of like Beach House and stuff like that, there were people like, I don't want this out. Like, and you hear that,
Got
and it's
it.
like if you're, I'm not saying Brianna did it, but like big personality,
Well,
you're like,
we
a
know
little,
that she did, right?
There's like you're hesitant of like whether you
yeah,
want
I thought that
things
was
to come
a
out.
big conversation. It's like she was getting special treatment. She got accused of that. Whatever.
Well, we
that
had
was
a
the whole
meeting.
storyline.
We had a meeting with Dave after. He's like, you can't be scared to film these people, even if they don't want you to. And
Yeah.
then you get in the mix of like Peyton did this year, and then or Una or whatever, and then you like leave after insert yourself.
That was
into it.
crazy. Yeah,
So
and I still think that was crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, it was crazy that Peyton left after that. Like you can't come in guns blazing and then leave.
Right.
Like that.
So
that was annoying.
when you go to like Chuck and he's fine with being on camera. Neil, who you guys talked about,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's two different things with him. I think he has his personal account that has an opinion, and then I try with him to make sure that the Vivo Stool and the Barstool accounts are not agenda driven.
Right. Which I don't feel that they are. The Viva account I think is a good.
We tried.
A
We're not
great
perfect.
account. Yeah.
Definitely not perfect. There's
Yeah.
time. I mean, he retired Taylor Lewan out of context. Like, so we had a meeting about that. Dave was fucking
That's
freaking out
hilarious.
because it like made Taylor Lewan like had to answer for it.
Right.
The NFL, like,
Right.
you can't out of context people in that sense. Now, can you fuck with Bosco? Like, I think Bosco needs to be fucked with. Right. That's what makes
That's
him great.
what stirs his drink.
Right.
But
But like Francis being upset about Neil doing it, like Neil's the biggest son of a boy dad fan there is in this country. He like in this
Francis
country.
in the country.
and Roan have him blocked.
Right,
It probably
right.
fucking
Yeah.
kills him.
And all
Yeah,
he wants
for
to do is
sure.
promote that show. And yes,
Sure.
he has an opinion, I'm sure, and he probably people he likes and doesn't like.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. But yeah, I don't think the social team should. I think they should be filming stuff that happens, and they shouldn't. I think they should almost be like robots to a sense. Like they shouldn't care what
Yeah,
people
My thing
Kinda.
is like so it's very clear. Like obviously I know the social team works very hard.
Yes,
and like I'm
we all
fucking
know
around, like
that.
that was not the point of anything I
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
I don't care about like film us, don't film us, whatever. But I just think it's crazy that people are saying don't film. And wasn't when
that shouldn't be
when
happening.
The,
I think that's a universal.
When
law.
the
I mean,
should-
remember when the previous employee doesn't work here anymore? Like, was like, let's go talk about this in the closet. Like, and like, so I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
oh,
that's
we're gonna be out
insane.
here.
You're gonna get
And
stabbed.
That's
yeah,
insane.
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
but
no.
that's because I come from the Dave world of like everything is filmed and everything's out there, and that's what he wants.
But when we moved to when half the office went to Chicago and all like the heat was on New York like crazy, didn't you tell social too that we weren't doing anything like Viva from New York anymore because it was too much heat? Like, wasn't that a directive? And that's what initially stopped the clips from New York because it was like people hate it, so we're just going to focus on Chicago. Or
I always
said
want
that doesn't
I'm
really
the last,
sound
yeah,
right.
that doesn't set
Yeah.
like.
I don't
for me,
know. I don't know
was
why
like,
I
remember.
thought
So I was asking. I was like grilling Cody a little bit. I'm not throwing him under the bus at all. I was genuinely trying to
I
like
love how
get
you
information.
You changed their seats.
But oh yeah,
moved him over there. Yeah, we'll see how.
and that's fine. And again,
Still
like
be nothing
we're
good.
Yeah, that was kind of
those
just fucking around.
they're funny and they're all great. We love working with these guys. But I asked Cody about it specifically,
Mm-hmm.
and he mentioned during the Tate time that he was getting a lot of heat because people were like, "You're encouraging this behavior by filming it," which I don't remember that, but I do see like how that could have been said. But I agree with you. That doesn't mean that it's a moratorium on all of filming content. Like that doesn't. Yes, that was fucking annoying. Tate was fucking annoying when he was here at that time. I literally hated that time. I don't think I think me hating him was filmed every 30 seconds. Like it was just So I don't think that totally counts. But I don't know who else was saying that. I don't know what the vibe was. He also mentioned, I guess, back in the day when Frank would Frank gets riled up, and there were points in time where it like filming him while he was in the middle of like a breakdown when he's talking about like personal stuff versus just the Mets. Like it's one thing when he's going off about the Mets. It's another thing when he's going off about personal shit. There was a time when before the office is split that the conversation was like maybe this
Right.
doesn't need to be filmed.
Sure.
Maybe it's different. Frank needs a minute.
Yeah.
Like this is different.
Yeah.
But I don't think that those 2 instances from 2+ years ago really count to today's.
No, I wouldn't want people to be like
culture.
blanketly like, oh, something like is an edict on the next 2 years. Like,
Yeah,
because of
that
what you
doesn't
just said.
feel
I need
right.
to be better at like stuff like I think I look at everything as like a numbers thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes to a fault.
Sure.
And Dave is very, I think, honestly, an empathetic person. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things he's like, I'm not
I
going to put
think
this person in that
we're all
spot.
still employed, so I'd say
Right.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
for
like,
sure.
let's be real.
Like, I'm not going to put this person in a spot because the stuff that he maybe knows that I don't know about, stuff that they're dealing with or
Sure.
whatever it may be. And I'm just like, numbers, engagement, like very like, let's look at it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
And I know that that's not the best way to always look at things. And I got to like be better about that.
Yeah.
With the social team, but like you said, like, yeah, they're in this, I guess, ties into people being in the office and not in the office. Like, I know that the 4 or 5 guys that sit near me are in there every day. Like, they're,
Oh, yeah, they're
in
always
there
there.
before, they're
Yes.
on there Fridays.
We got into a work.
Absolutely.
I
Who's
actually
the
tell
hardest?
them.
Yeah, who works
Well, I actually
hard?
tell them a lot of times, like, don't come in on Friday. I'm like, don't come in tomorrow. Like, you guys are up.
And the truth comes out.
Yeah,
Gaz tells us we don't have to be here on Friday.
No, I'm
Just
talking
saying.
about my team. I'm not you guys.
Okay, okay.
You
Also,
guys,
no one should
Not
ever
us.
tell
No.
anyone when to come in and when
No.
not to come in.
No, you guys.
We're just being silly
I'm
now.
not
We're being silly.
I'm just the boss of those guys.
Yes,
but,
yes,
But
we're
I know that they're at 3 a.m. They're tweeting up
Right.
about
Definitely.
World Cup and
Yeah.
whatever's going. So it's like late nights, and it's not
Well,
just
it's a forever
Barstool.
job. You're not really off.
Right. It's
when
not
you're social.
Barstool content. It's like we have the world we have to worry about outside of
Right.
Barstool. For me, like, I don't look at it that way anymore. I did that for a long time where I didn't have anyone to help me. I've built a team where they can do it. I'm going to Nantucket for the month, and I'm going to be
Yeah.
And as you
remote.
should, as you
yeah.
should.
You tweeted about going
We
to Italy.
we
and
support
you're
that.
40
Yeah.
years old or what? I don't even think you're 40
Greece.
years old. I think you're just being
No, I'm 35. That's
Yeah, I was
that was
gonna
a joke.
say, I was
Everybody
like-
calls me. Everybody
right,
says
so it
I'm
was a
45,
joke.
50. So I said I
But,
was
like,
45.
yeah, I'm
But it is
43
true. I
years.
could die tomorrow.
Right.
I'm trying to live my life right now.
Right.
But I'm not married, no kids.
Right.
I'm gonna go on 100 vacations if I can.
I've been here for 22 years. Luckily for Dave, he turned me
So
into
crazy.
That is so
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, Dave turned me into a millionaire. I'm very lucky because of him and Renee and Erica building this business here. So like the first 10, 15 years when I was Dave's guy and it was like jump, like he'd say jump and say hi. Like I didn't get to have my own time off. I was just at his mercy. Austin's doing that now. Frankie Borelli did that. I think there's an expiration on being able to do that
yeah.
for your
Sure,
wife,
of course.
family and all that stuff. I don't have that. So I have a little more freedom. But yeah, so like I'd say the last few years, like with my team being able to like, I trust them and they do a good job.
they're great.
I'm going to go snowmobiling with my dad. On a weekend, or I'm
And
going to
as you
go
should.
to
Yeah,
No
Nantucket
one is
and be
calling
there.
out like your work.
No,
ethic.
no
I'm
one
not-
has
I-
ever
I'm
thought.
not
Yeah.
trying
Again,
to
just because
defend
there's
it.
one video of you
On a
shirtless on
bicycle.
a bicycle does not mean that
no,
we think
it's-
that you don't actually still work.
I think
We know
everyone
that
is
you
on,
do.
everyone's like very much
Yeah.
on the same page with like if you do
Yeah.
your shit here and
Right.
you're honest with yourself about what you're doing and what you're trying, then you're fucking good. How often do you talk to Dave?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
About
that's a good
work,
question.
actually, is the question.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
about
sure you guys
work.
chit-chat.
About work. I mean, I don't like to text Dave unless he like. I feel like I really need to. I don't want to bother him. Like I know
course,
he's
yeah.
kind of retired, but I'd say a few times a week. Maybe I text him. Well, I should say this. There's 2 ways to look at it. We're talking about business, what's going on here, this, that, or me giving him free. I send him videos all day.
Sure.
Like things that I think that he would react to that you see on his social. Me and Austin have a thing with him. So every day there's something going on.
Sure, yeah,
there.
yeah.
Whether it's, did you see what Rico did or did you see what this happened? So you're kind of in the know, and then just general things that I think he would care about. I'll send him politics stuff, which will send him into
This
tizzy.
all happened
course.
because of Mandami.
Right.
Yeah,
Mamdani
this is
wasn't there.
Mamdani's
Which,
fault.
yeah, Rome, by the way, called me a liar. I
Yeah.
called him the next
Oh
day.
yeah, how did you feel about that?
Well, I called him when I saw it, I called him the next day and I was like, first thing I said, I was like, you're a liar. Everybody to a liar.
No, bitch, you're a liar.
off.
Incredible.
But no, Rowan and I have a good relationship. I think when he says stuff, he's trying to be he's entertaining, right? He's got
Of course.
Dave says things that he just wants to take it to the nth degrees because it's more entertaining to do that. So we talked about that, but I think we ended up both being right in that situation. It
Yeah.
was
We were
partly-
all right. Everybody
Yeah,
was saying the
everyone
same
was
thing.
Everyone was right.
So-
Was
end
there
of the day.
anything, Dave did his 8-minute rant, was there anything that you guys talked about that wasn't in the rant that you think would shed a light on the New York office and the Chicago office and the work output and all that?
Good question.
No, I don't think that there was anything he didn't address. I talked to Dave that morning, and he's like, because I called him, I'm like, did I fuck that up? Like, I was at dinner with him the day that all that happened. And I was
yeah.
like, because I always want to know, like, do I still have a read on what's going on
Sure.
here? Like, is my antenna?
You have a best
course.
read out, I would say, probably out of any.
Definitely.
I'm probably
yeah.
the closest, I would say, with Dave, maybe other than like Elio, but he's not really like in the day-to-day
Oh,
business
yeah.
stuff.
Right.
But
And that's his bestie outside.
yeah, so
you know?
like if I feel like am I wrong? And he was like, well, you partly right, partly wrong. And then he went into like, I
What
have
were
thought
you
the
wrong
other.
about, though?
Well, I made it more about the Mamdani situation, like him
Yeah.
being like, he doesn't like want.
Oh yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because he can't imagine. I don't think living in New York ever again. Like he hates him so much that like he could never. And he's probably like, oh, I gotta protect you guys from having to live under this guy. Like,
Dude, I would move to fucking Florida in a heartbeat.
See,
Yeah,
like,
I would move
but I would not.
anywhere.
I love living in New
I'll
York
stay
City.
in New York.
I
yeah.
love living in New York City,
I love New York
regardless
so
of who's in
much.
charge at this point.
Same.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect my day to day, if I'm being honest.
It's all felt the same to me, and
Yeah,
maybe I'm
same.
like
stick to
privileged.
All I care about is the Central Park horses, and if
Right.
and unfortunately, if Mamdani is in office while that bill passes, I'm gonna have to be like, yeah, he is the mayor that made
I
it
can
happen.
have access to great restaurants. I'm happy.
Exactly.
And so that's fine. So yeah, no, I don't think anything in his 8-minute video he touched on everything that he would want to touch on. He's pretty open book about it. So yeah, I think at some point you could see the office like being consolidated. I don't see it being like like I'm going to lay everybody off.
Do layoffs come with consolidation?
No.
Well, I think there's two different things. Content-wise, you see how he carries people forever.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
now, will he look at? Well,
True,
if you
yeah.
look at the end of the
We're
year,
still here, Pat. Like,
Right,
no, we're good right now.
And Dave's not as huge on the numbers guy to every like it is. I think when you bring when you go in there and be like, I demand $500,000, he's gonna like, well, are you making X amount of dollars to afford that?
Well, are you making $100,000?
Right.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's why I think the business side, and I think Ron made a video up there, like no one's here. Like I think every manager in that side of things runs their ship how they want to run their ship. Like the finance crew, if they may have said don't come in on Fridays. They want to do remote Fridays. I think
they
fucking
do.
idea.
I think that, and which
they
again,
totally
like,
do, and they're all.
Well, the landscape is. I hate to say it, landscape has changed post COVID. Like nobody works a 5-day work week after COVID in the real world.
They have real jobs.
Like they have real world jobs. We have
and I've
different
wanted
kinds of
to.
jobs.
I think we should consolidate to one floor, and I think they should be down here. I think it should be like,
I agree.
That would be
Barstool.
great.
Like
That
move
would be
people
fun.
over here, and we have the whole half of where over by Dave. So it's like, why not just have them down there?
Yeah,
Is that
totally agree.
is that an option? Do you think if we were to stay in this building and consolidate, do we have an option within our lease to just get rid of the third floor and move everyone to the second?
I would think so. I don't know.
Well, then what are they going to seal up the stairs in between?
Yeah, they probably.
I guess they
well,
could.
This wasn't attached before, right? We bought the third floor
that's
out there.
true.
So,
I forgot about
anyways,
that.
yeah. So that I think would be just a good thing to have happen. It'd be
Yeah.
more lively. I don't think you know. Stephen Shea was like a behind the scenes guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like those kind of people just pop up when they're in the mix. I think we have a lot of people that I'm not going to bring. Like Greer would be very funny if he was just in the mix. All
I would
the time.
love.
You know, like we have funny
Also,
people
like
up there.
Mulcahy's
me.
upstairs.
Yeah.
He gets in the mix. Like there's a lot of people.
So yeah, things would have
DiGiulio,
Sage
Ben
would get, like,
DiGiulio.
there's just, so they would just be good. It would make it more alive. So maybe that will happen at some point. But I don't think the overall message is like, oh, they're going to burn down New York. And
watch your job.
That's
my opinion. I don't know. Dave may decide to change his mind in 2.5 years. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
That's like that seems like the easiest thing to do. Is just be
Just
like,
cut
oh,
us
just
all
fucking
loose.
move everyone down here. Get rid of the green screen room that no one ever uses.
That
and
is the
put in
biggest waste
thing.
of space. There's a lot of wasted space, and there's also a lot of like not properly utilized space. It drives me crazy. I'm always talking about it, but it's like, what am I going to come in here with a hammer and a bucket of paint and start? I've threatened to do that, by the way, with this. Like I'm always threatening to take this down and like paint it. I hate it. Well, it just washes everybody out. We're all too hot for this. All right. Also, time to hear from Sony Pictures Classics, another bestie that I love. This summer, one celebrity hall pass sparks an epic Hollywood adventure. From director David Wayne comes GAIL, DAUGHTRY, and the Celebrity Sex Pass, starring Zoe Deutsch, John Slattery, and John Hamm. Oh my God, what a lineup! John Slattery and John Hamm back together. Love that. After her fiance cashes in his celebrity hall pass, GAIL DAUGHTRY. Daughtry. I think I said Daughtry before. GAIL Daughtry leaves her small town in Kansas behind and heads to LA, determined to even the score with her own celebrity pass, John Hamm. What starts as a simple mission quickly spirals into total chaos. Teaming up with her best friend Otto, a talent agency assistant, a paparazzo, and even John Slattery himself, GAIL dives headfirst into the absurd world of celebrity Hollywood culture. Along the way, they cross paths with movie stars, dodge bodyguards, outrun Italian assassins, and chase every lead that might bring them one step closer to the elusive Hamm. Packed with outrageous characters, unexpected twists, and nonstop laughs, GAIL Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass is a comedy adventure of the summer. GAIL Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass now playing only in theaters from Sony Pictures Classics.
If you're anything like me, you want coffee that's actually convenient, but you don't want to sacrifice taste just because it's coming out of a can. That's why I've been drinking Stella Blue Coffee's ready-to-drink canned lattes. They're made with 100% Colombian coffee, packed with 190 milligrams of natural caffeine, and actually taste like a coffee shop latte, not watered-down gas station coffee. Whether it's sweet cream or cafe mocha, they're smooth, creamy, and ready wherever you are. They're perfect for the commute, the office, the gym, road trips, or those mornings when you don't have 5 minutes to wait in line. And here's the best part. Every ready-to-drink can helps buy and fund 1,000 pet adoptions through Stella Blue Coffee, the We Brew to Rescue campaign. They've already helped over 1,000 pets get adopted. It's an awesome, awesome cause. So if you're getting premium coffee while helping rescue pets and find their forever homes, what's not to love about that? So if you haven't tried Stella Blue canned lattes yet, now is the time. Grab a 4-pack to see what everyone's talking about, or stock up with a 12-pack if you're ready. If you already know you're going to want more. Drink coffee, save pets. That's Stella Blue Coffee. Back to the show. Can you explain to Kelly why we should have Nadu on?
Ugh, I already know. I know why, for views, whatever. I'm aware.
We do this show once a week. Let's get numbers.
I need to regulate. Again, I am having a lovely... I've been having a lovely time, and I really would like to bask in this feeling. And once you rile me up to a certain point, like it takes a while for me to unwind.
I think for you, like, I would love if you were just like unwound, but
but it's like, listen, sometimes you gotta wind me up in a good way so I can unravel. Then that's where the magic comes.
Yeah.
I'm like so desensitized from being around this for so long, like, and I'm not on air like you guys, so I don't deal with everything. Like, yes, people tell me to kill myself. People want to bring up like that's gonna happen.
That's child's play.
But you guys get that 4 billion times more than I do.
Oh, the replies this weekend, it was just
it's so
every
bad.
video that went up. Faggot.
Yeah, literally. And
you're bald, you're a pedo, you've only like 18
yes.
like
people really, they regress when it comes to the insults. And yes, I am certainly a hardened shell. Pat's on his way. He was having a hard time this weekend. I was like, whatever, like this is literally kid stuff. Like
do you get like shit like for being private, right? Because I disagree with you being private. Just as a
for sure.
Fundamentally,
that is a troll. Me being private is my own personal troll back, because the way that people, they just, it's almost like people have alerts on so they can shit on me. Like I can literally be like, the sky is blue, and they'll be like, well, go fuck yourself. Like it doesn't, and that immediate response does bother me, and it makes me not want to. I'm like, well, then fuck you, then fine, like whatever. So I need to get to a point where I don't care that much, and now, because I'm a control freak, so now I'm at the point where I control what's happening, and I know that it pisses people off.
They
so
go,
I let it. I let it go.
You are
I'll open
a
it up
disgusting
eventually.
old woman.
Yes,
and
you see the reply, like you see it.
Yeah.
It's not, and he said once I came on the show, like it became it's.
It reminded me. I
the
was like,
hate
oh,
is like,
this is
it just
the Twitter
flows in. We've had conversations where it's like, I'm the co-host on the show, but we've not made like a formal announcement about that, because if we were to make a formal, this was my idea. If we had a formal announcement, it would just invite this tidal wave, and I just don't want to tank the fucking show with people who are like, we hate your guts, because I don't know. I'm just trying to find that middle ground where people will understand that I'm not actually a real bitch. You know what I mean?
What
like,
do you think about?
I can be a bitch, but I'm not a bitch all the time.
What do you think about Francis deleting his Twitter, and what does Dave think about that?
I don't think Dave even knows.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, I don't think
Dave
But it's like if we're doing like,
but
no
that's
one
where,
cares.
so like when, I don't
because
think
his business is not his business. He's so far up here.
Yeah,
it's like
he
doesn't
worked
need
on
to
the
deal
book
with
for
it.
better or worse. Like he did did a ton of work on that the last few months on the book.
Yep.
And I'm sure it maybe bums him out a little bit that like Dave had to take it over, but he was trusted to do it, and that's an impossible thing to write. Like Dave's my most exciting thing about about the book was Dave being able to write again. Because
that's what got me into Barstool.
That's how Barstool started, and he's very good at it. So like, but to be able to write like him is like, he's a unicorn. He's just the way he thinks, the way he says things, whatever. So, but for Francis to not be on social media, I don't think it helps.
Well,
but I also don't think it hurts.
Can I bring you back to a time where we were told that Twitter is absolutely inconsequential? It makes no money for the company, and it doesn't matter at all. I think that's maybe.
I think we have our culture of like Twitter is like real time. You're on it. It is, but it's the least impactful, at least at this point. Maybe it'll continue to evolve and become better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't drive the business like every other platform. I would say Instagram and stuff.
Totally.
I would say also with the different platforms is like when we look at like promotion of stuff. You know, Davo will look. Well, we'll look at the Black Friday, for instance, right?
Sure.
Like who's doing
course.
something.
Yeah,
When you just look at like, oh, he retweeted 1,000 things. Like Mincy just went on a retweet string. That means nothing.
Yeah,
like we don't even count
low
that.
effort.
We actually don't even count that.
Oh,
like it
good to
doesn't
know.
physically show up. So like retweets and like Instagram stories of just like resharing Instagram stories, like those don't show up in how we promote. We need like an original thought to go in there.
Well, you want the creativity. That's half the fucking thing. Why else we're not? You don't need a bunch of retweet robots.
So like just retweeting what the brand account put out doesn't give you like, oh look at I retweet. I put that doesn't do anything.
Does the Viva? It obviously brings in a lot of money. Like what Barstool account brings in the most money from a social
I saw people
perspective?
being like, how the hell do you bring in money? Like, is it like the X payouts? Like, X payouts are nothing.
Because
Like,
we sell
nothing,
based on distribution,
Yeah,
essentially.
no, it's
X I think is best for exposure, and that's it. Like
Yeah, right.
I don't feel like it's
like Bosco has a big advertiser with his show, right? And people will be like, how does Bosco have that with like a relatively small amount of audience on there? It's the distribution of those clips that go across Barstool and the Viva La Stool accounts and all that stuff. And what keeps those accounts going is the heat that we create around, you guys would say like sometimes out of context, which I don't want us to do. But it would be like, people, I want to go follow the account. Dave retweets Viva La Stool. I think he sees half the company of what's going on.
Definitely.
From there, for better or worse. Sometimes you're probably like, fuck, I wish you didn't see that. But
Yeah.
But it is like, so that's how those accounts drive money. It's just bringing in advertisers onto the content that we're creating
Based on
as a distribution
distribution.
point. Because
Totally.
a social media account out about has maybe what, I don't know, like 60, 70,000 followers or whatever. Like that can only get you so much money, right? So you need to have the millions and millions of followers across the Barstool Use, the It Girls, the whatever, Chicks in the Office. Those big brand accounts just are additional on top of it. And then your personal accounts are probably the most valuable thing, I would say, to help drive audience to your shows.
Yeah.
Because they care about you, right?
Of course, yeah.
So like putting something on Out and About versus putting something on Keegs and Pat, like whatever you guys put in ours is going to be seen way more than what's seen on the brand no matter what we do.
Well, we love to do. I think we're good with collab. We should just do perpetually collab posts. What do you think about that? The collab Instagram posts.
Yeah,
Are
I mean,
those good?
it's totally fine to do that. I do think there's like a level of like, that's better than nothing. But it is
Well, in
like
addition
it's almost like a
to-
retweet, right?
like in addition to though, like I feel,
Do you think we've gotten less? I remember when I first started here, we were very like, we were obviously in a huge growth spurt, and we were very precious about what was able to go on Viva, because it's still very like, this is our brand, we got to stay true to the brand. You think over time we've gotten less precious with what goes on in terms of like allowing creators to use main Barstool channels to promote their shit?
Well,
like what goes into the decision?
You guys don't decide what goes on main Barstool.
No,
or what goes
no,
on.
not at
You
all.
have
But I'm
no
saying
control
like
of that,
what
yeah.
goes into that decision? Is it just basically if it's good or not?
Yeah, how do you judge something that's good? It's all like your own opinion. Like, I think this is funny. And I like to think that I've seen enough that I'm like, I'm going to make the right call. Sometimes it goes up and it's dead and then dud or whatever. It's not great. So yeah, our team will control that. There are certain people within our team, say I have 50 people that work on the social team or whatever across all the brands and stuff. There's a smaller amount of that can actually do that. Like there's like maybe 6 or 7 people that have the right to that they can green light something. I'm still thumbing up videos for the Instagram daily. Like I still am involved at that level.
That makes sense.
And then they're smart enough to know when there's like, hey, this might be a little edgy. Like the guy getting tossed by the moose. Like,
shit.
But we have to be like,
that
is that guy okay?
Well, that's a Twitter video.
Yeah, but it's like, you never know. That's like someone, he could be dead. So like, am I going to take that risk in the real moment anymore like we would anymore? No, like we're going to be like, let's just play it a little bit safer and then let's see what happens. Let's not cause lawsuits that are going to get us sued or canceled or whatever, which has happened in the
past. Yeah.
So,
We've got a lot of evidence.
Right.
You know, everybody's dealt with that.
We've cost us millions of dollars in the past through just posting a video without thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any advice, I guess I should say, to the content people, the new content interns, anybody that's kind of growing an account or starting an account? Or feels like their accounts are stagnant. Sometimes I feel like that. I feel like my Instagram account has been hovering at like just below 100,000 for 5 years.
Well, like I said with you, if you made those videos in real time,
Just do
like
more
they
of
would
them.
go,
Yeah.
they would go bananas. And you know what?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It like totally depends.
But I would want
I still do them, but not as often.
I would want those if you're defending the wedding or what's going on out here with Taylor Swift. Like I know that's going to be awesome. I'm going to have that on the Barstool main account.
Okay.
Like I just know that those
There we
rants
go.
are going to get you elevated up there. It just gives us more things to pick from that are not sitting in a studio.
Sure,
and
yeah.
if you look at what's performing well out there, it is the selfie video, which is always Dave does them, still does them.
Yeah.
You know, Jack Mack makes his videos. He was a guy who was on the social team and then transitioned over there and how you monetize those things can be tough, but like you got to just continue. I mean, that's just going to get people to know who you are and make your brand shit. So I think that's one way to do it. Now, I don't think necessarily starting a podcast and trying to build a podcast at this day and age is the easiest way to get it. It's like, let's get people to know who you are the other way. And then maybe they'll want even more of you, and then you develop something along. I think what Una's doing on her own is interesting. She's editing it herself, and she's doing it herself. She has like a quick, clear lane with what she's doing.
Yeah, she does a good job with that.
Yeah, Hannah Montoya is doing something similar with like a 5-minute digestible, quick thing. It's almost like a Caleb Sunday conversation.
Yeah, it's shot similarly.
And interview based, and Caleb's a superstar or in his own right. So I don't have. Dave said I don't have all the answers on how to do it. Those are like, I feel like growth hacks. Like I talked about the around the office videos. I started doing those because I was like, this is going to automatically bring everyone in. And I know it's going to perform on the main account. So they're going to see you guys. And if you guys are funny on it, it just helps you guys. And when it's an easy thing for us to add advertising in, when maybe something's not going in the office that day. So it was like I think it's a BuzzFeedy type of growth hack. I don't think it's smart necessarily in a sense of like, awesome content.
Yeah, it's not like creative, but it's
for whatever reason, it gets millions and millions of views when we do them. So I'm like, all right, well, let's just keep leaning into that and then kind of try to pivot to whatever is coming next, which I don't really know.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
Wow. Yeah.
We don't know. What's the move on Nantucket this weekend? Where are we ripping?
Oh yeah.
So I'm meeting with Dan tomorrow here, and I'm going to fly back to Nantucket on Thursday. You might come out. I invited Pat.
I might come out.
Oh my God.
For a night on the island. Yeah.
Wait, is Dan coming to New York?
No. I'm meeting with like the business. There's a bunch of people meeting with Dan at once.
I was about to be like, that would be fun.
No, just to go over like what's going on, like how Chicago looks.
Got it. Yeah.
So I
that's fun.
figured it'd be good to be here, and then this was all going on, so it kind of worked out. But no, I'm out of here after that.
Good.
Back in August.
And good as you should be. As you should be. Right. It's
So,
the sun is shining.
For this, so we all fucking zoom.
I would assumed for sure. You could have zoomed into this pod.
Maybe we'll rip Nantucket. Maybe I'll make my triumphant return. I've been there.
You should
so
go.
long.
You should absolutely
Dante
go.
when he had a great time. So it was awesome.
Who's
the best place on earth?
Is your house gonna be like packed to the brim?
All bros.
Wow. Ooh, okay.
I'll get my ticket right now.
Just a couple. There's 3 bedrooms. It's like 2 other guys, but they share a room.
Any hotties, guys?
You know all my buddies.
Yeah, that's a no.
Any gays? Oh, bummer. Yeah.
There are.
Oh my God, Nantucket is teaming with
Really?
Are you kidding me? A bougie.
I thought they were all on Fire Island. I didn't know they made it all the way up to the Nantucket.
A couple of the boys.
That's half the reason I might go is I put up the bat.
No, you have to go.
A couple of dolls are in my DMs. I'm gonna put up the bat signal. I'll meet you in the 3rd stall at the box, dear.
No, you have to go. You have to go. Now I'm telling you have to go.
You charter me a plane out?
No, we're not chartering a plane. I'm going.
Leave
American
tomorrow
Airlines.
with him. Leave on his private plane.
Yeah,
You're going to American Airlines.
I only got 1 night there.
Wow, how the mighty have fallen.
I only get 1 night. Now, if it was 2 nights, then I'd be considering it more. I got to go fucking find a hotel for Friday.
No, you can come out and stay for the weekend. I'm just saying. I thought you said you could only come over Saturday. You're welcome.
Ooh. Well, then there you go.
Maybe I'll stay at a hotel. The reason why is I'm afraid to go out with Gaz. Because
you shouldn't be.
Because the
He's
nights
gonna be
don't
so fun.
end when you go out with Gaz.
Exactly.
You go out and then you're out
until 5. This is the one thing he's inviting you to Nantucket. You got to go.
Sick.
I would invite myself.
We have some good times when we go out, Pat. Like Pat's one of the guys that I go out with at work. That I don't necessarily always go out with people at work. But
I love going out with you. I think it's fun.
Gaz is one of the.
He's not competition for me. He's anything
True.
but he's actually.
So true.
I'll tell a quick story about Pat. When me and Pat went out, we were at a bar.
Oh God, what is
in
this?
West,
No, I love it.
This isn't the one. This isn't Gaz and the Dolls, is it?
No. That's a funny story too. But
I saw that. I heard about that.
Pat's a good-looking dude. Like I'm out there. There'll be girls that will be around. Like come up to Pat, and girls know him because of the show, and so then you get the runoff. Sometimes you get to meet a bunch of people.
Gaz gets my runoff.
But no, I'm just.
It's amazing.
Again, I'm like inflaming.
Of course.
But a girl came up to Pat, and Pat's in one, and we're all kind of partying pretty good, and he's like at the point where he's like. Can be annoyed by girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
Stop talking.
Yeah.
Because
so
he hates
he's
women.
Like,
Yeah.
No,
You know
he's
that.
like, no, I'm gay. And she's kind of like, you don't have to be rude about it. And like you're maybe not believing him or whatever. And he's like, no, what? And he showed a video of like sucking dick or whatever. And she's like, oh my God. I'm like, well, that put the end of it.
I think it was like a Twitter book. I was like, you want to see my Twitter history?
So it's just like,
take a look at this, queen.
Well, you present straight, and
my
everybody knows
girlfriends that I'm friends. He's met a bunch of them now.
Yeah,
Like, they
great.
love Pat. They always want to hang out with him and have him around. So, but he's just like, I don't want to hang out with girls. So
yeah,
all
and
the
that's
time.
fair.
There becomes a point in the night where everyone's just trying to hook up with each other. I'm like, this is not for me.
That's how I was when I went out with the Gaz and the Gal guys.
Gaz.
Gaz and Dolls.
Gaze.
It was Gaz. It was Gaz.
Was that when you what was it? You're at St. Theo's or something?
Yeah,
was it that
yeah.
same
It was
day?
Gaz
Yeah.
and 4 of the drunkest gay men in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like showing up like,
Yeah.
I think I took a bite of your food like off of your plate.
They're more dramatic than any of the girls I ever hang out with. So I was
Listen,
like,
that's
shit,
why
this is
I'm
a-
hanging out with gay guys all the time.
We're
Like,
talking
that's
about-
my,
we're talking
that's
about
pretty,
head-
I'm pretty
you
much
want drama?
exclusively hanging out with gay guys.
You want a dramatic podcast? I got about 4 queens we
I love
could
it.
bring in.
They'll fight, they banter, they go back and forth, they're sassy, and then they go home and fuck each other.
Exactly.
That's the
dream.
No
All
one's too
together.
sensitive. No one's too sensitive.
That's the dream. Well,
it. All right.
thank you for coming on.
Yes, thank
No,
you for your
appreciate it.
Come
time
on.
off the
Anytime.
island. We appreciate you. And we do love the social team and we like the work that you're doing. You know, however pointed it may be
Yeah.
at times, we do we recognize it
No,
and know
I
that.
appreciate that. You guys, you guys don't need defending either. I feel like sometimes you feel like you do, but you don't. You guys.
Thank you.
I know Dave's happy with this show. I know
That's all we
Dave's
care
always
about.
called you out for like doing what you do, and Pat, you do this all on
Thank
your
you.
own. You don't ask for help, resources, or anything. So you're.
Yeah, how about
not
Pat learning
bad.
just learning how to edit the show? People don't know that. Like Pat does 100% of the show. I show up. Pat does everything else.
I'm learning how to really edit for another show I'm doing,
Yeah.
which is fun. 'Cause
True,
this is kind of
which is
easy.
cool.
But,
Yeah.
But anyway, if
Anyone
I
can do it. I did the pizza reviews forever. I didn't know shit about editing. Like it's just you got to just gotta learn.
That's
it.
really hard. Video editing is
everyone
so hard.
here, like it's not. We have time.
Yeah.
It's not. It sucks. Like whatever for a little bit. It's not that hard to learn how to edit.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if you have a show and you get resources pulled, there is no reason unless your show is a 20 camera shoot with 15 mics, you shouldn't be able to take a week and fucking.
The
figure it
production
out.
team's awesome. They'll help you learn too. Like
Yeah.
they'll sit down and do
the
anything.
entire editing team has been helping with this shit for a fucking month that I'm working on, and like they answer questions all the time. But anyway,
No, there you go.
if I get balls, I'll come out this weekend.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you. All right,
Yay.
bye guys.
Thanks, guys.